Week 8 complete. Let's look at the top 25 that actually makes sense. Appreciate you being here at the Voice of College Football. Best discussion, debate, and analysis based on your participation. Leave those comments and questions below. All right. Again, you know the deal. If you've seen the top 25 that actually makes sense, we just don't look at teams and move them up and down based on last week's performance. We look at the previous week's performances, all the way going back to week 1. A win over Florida State now versus a win over Florida State in week 1, much different. Needs to be evaluated much differently. Okay, number 1, the wins and losses. The results on the field is number 1. But that's not the only factor here. We don't just say all the 0-loss teams we're going to rank in order, then we're going to go with all the 1-loss teams, then all the 2-loss teams. No. We go with the, of course, results, but then number 2 is who you played. So difficult schedules, obviously, and performing against those teams. That's number 3. We look at the wins and losses. Did you perform well in the wins, or did you squeak by? Did you luck by to a certain extent? Or were you dominant in the wins? Did you perform well in the losses against good teams, or were you blown out of the ballpark? Okay, results 1, schedule 2, and number 3 is the performance. All right, let's get to the top 25 that actually makes sense. And let's keep in mind, as we enter week 9, we got 10 undefeated teams in college football, 7 reside in the Power 5, 21 loss teams, 15 in the Power 5. We're down to 17 2-loss teams, 9 in the Power 5. That's 47 teams that have a decent record, 5-2 or better. 47 teams, so we're only ranking 25 of those, and 31 of those come from the Power 5. At number 25 on the top 25, that actually makes sense. Army. 24 is Navy. 23 is Syracuse. At number 22, Mizzou. Boise State's at 21. In the top 20, we include Ole Miss, Kansas State, Clemson, Illinois, SMU. In the top 15, Bama, Texas A&M, Notre Dame at 13, Pitt at 12, Tennessee at 11. In the top 10, we've got LSU at 10, Texas 9, Ohio State 8, Miami 7, Iowa State 6. In the top 5, that actually makes sense. BYU, Penn State, Indiana at 3, Georgia 2, and the number 1 team in all of college football, coming off a 35-0 win over the Boilers of Purdue, the Oregon Ducks. Again, leave those comments and questions below. This is the top 25 that actually makes sense. Check out all the team channels. We are expanding by the week in regards to our new team channels and weekly live shows. We've included Rutgers, Indiana, and Ole Miss here in recent weeks. Also Florida over on the Florida channel on Sunday night. So please lock in right here at the Voice of College Football.